Hey guys, welcome back to Popo's Woodwork. So today we're doing a quick video on how I apply Oramask or Orafol, whatever you want to call it. It's the this film that you can put on top of your wood when you're doing CNC. You can do it with anything, but I use it with my CNC. So basically what I'll do is I'll either stain the wood a base color or either paint it, and then place this on top of the wood, and then that way I can go ahead and carve out what I need to carve. And then I can spray paint or whatever, paint the inside of what it did carve. And then when you rip this back off, it reveals the other piece of wood. You don't have any bleed out or any runovers and stuff like that. So I follow the Shapeoko group on Facebook, and I know that there's a bunch of questions about this, and this is just how I do it, because to me it's simple, it's quick and easy, and it's not a whole lot of wood prep. But it's a lot of questions about this, so this may not work for you, but so far I've done, good Lord, I've done lots and lots of projects. With matter of fact, I'm doing one now, and that's what made me think about doing this video. So if you can see in here, see if I can't catch that. It might be backwards, but anyway, this is the brand that I use. I just ordered 4 more rolls because I use the crap out of this stuff. But it's just a film that kind of like vinyl that you put over your projects, and it helps you out. You make it like a stencil or whatnot. Anyhow, so I'm gonna show you what I do. Maybe it'll make more sense in a minute. So anyway, let me flip you around and get started. So I've already done these because I wanted them to be dry. So basically what I do is I take a little foam brush. I keep it in the Ziploc bag. As you can see, this thing's like 4 days old. It's already starting to tear. I've been using the crap out of it, but it keeps it soft so you don't have to throw it away. So I put it in a Ziploc bag, and then I use, this one's empty, but I use polyacrylic, which is water-based, and this is the clear gloss. I mean, you can use satin, whatever sheen fits your bill, what have you. So basically, in a nutshell, make sure this is on camera, what I do is I'll take and lay the stain. I'll put the stain on the board. So I got 3 of them here. I'll put the stain on the board. I'll let the stain dry. Then I'll go back, take the brush and the polyacrylic, and I put a heavy coat all over the top of it, and then let it dry. Once it dries, you can use 220 sandpaper, but I have a 220 sanding block, which is right here. And all I do is once it dries, I just take and just lightly go over it to knock the burrs down, because anytime you add anything water-based to wood, it's gonna lift the grain a little bit. So I'll knock the burrs down to make sure it's nice and smooth. Once I get it to where it's smooth to the touch, I mean, it ain't gotta feel like glass. I mean, but once it gets somewhat smooth to the touch, then it's ready for the Oramask. So I'm gonna take you over here to my other workbench, because I'm actually getting ready to put another piece on one of these, and then I'll show you what I'm talking about. All right, so what I do is I'll lay it out over top of the wood, and you see this is the Oramask 813. If you want to know exactly, I buy it on Amazon. I think it's a 20-foot roll. It's not really all that expensive either. So I lay this out, and then let me double check, make sure y'all on camera. I will pull the backing paper. Now this is just how I do it, because I used to do a lot of decals. So I'll get a bend in the center, kind of line it up, and let it fall center out. Now I'll take my hands and I'll kind of squeegee them out to the outsides. Now you're gonna have, it's wood, you're gonna have a few lumps and a few bubbles, but here's the kicker. This is what I use. I ordered this on Amazon. It's actually like a trunk liner roller, and it was actually cheaper than buying the roller for vinyl, but it's really hard. So I use this, and all I do is just run it over, and I must not have no bubbles, because usually you can hear the bubbles being squeezed out of it. But I'll do a light rolling, and I'll cover everything. So just bear with me. Let me get it going here. All right, so now I'll come back and I'll put a little bit of weight on it, and I just kind of mash that vinyl down pretty tight. I mean, I ain't putting all my weight on it, but I'm giving it a little bit of oomph, if you will. So and then that's it. I mean, we just prepped this piece of wood for cutting. And then, of course, this is a little bit long, and it just kind of gets on my nerves and in my way of my clamp. So I'll cut this piece off, and I ain't worried about this side. And then, so now that this is ready, well, right here you can see where it's a little bit raised. So you take the roller and knock it down. So basically now this piece of wood right here, this flag, which is what it's gonna be a flag. It's ready to go on the CNC and be cut. And like I said, I haven't had any issue whatsoever. I'm gonna throw a video up of, I'm doing a Polaris logo, sign. I'll throw a video up on that of it cutting here in just a second. All right, so like I said, this is a quick video. That's all I do. I will cut the wood to the size I need that I'm gonna carve. Then I always seal my wood with a pre-sealant. That way the stain doesn't seep so far down. You don't have to carve quite as deep. So I also do that, and then I'll hit it with 220 because that's a water base also. I hit it with 220 to knock the grain back down. Then I stain it or paint it. This Polaris one that I just did the video on, it was painted. I sanded it, then I painted it, and I didn't put a sealant on it. It's just a paint, and then laid the Oramask on, and it does fine. Now, like this, matter of fact, you can find my finger right here. This Honda Talon logo, I did this sign the other day, just playing with it. But when I'm using Oramask, I always, because I never cut all the way through my material, I always use down cut bits. Now that's a key. If your bit's an upcut, and you're trying to do them fine details, it's gonna pull that Oramask up. It's gonna hit that film, and it's gonna yank it up, and it's gonna make it look like crap. So every bit I always use when I'm doing my CNC projects with Oramask is I use a down cut bit. So make sure that's what you're doing. But anyhow, if y'all got any questions, shoot me a comment. I'll try to answer them to the best of my ability. I know this was a quick one, but I mean, it's pretty simple. But I know I see and read a lot about people having trouble with the Oramask staying down when they're cutting. And, you know, me sitting here in my shop, I've never, knock on wood, I've never had an issue. I mean, not one time have I had a problem with that Oramask lifting up on a cut. So maybe I've been lucky, or maybe this is just how I decided that I started doing it. But I think that clear coat, that one coat of clear coat, it really seals the wood where that mask can stick to it to hold it down. That, and in combination of using the roller. I don't use a credit card or a squeegee, I use the roller. So anyway, there's my 2 cents for what it's worth. I hope this helps some of you guys doing CNC, or either some of you people that's doing crafts and you want to do multicolors and don't want to have to use a fine paintbrush or art brush to get into the fine detail. Because I like to do things quick because it makes me money, and use spray paint. So anyhow, got any questions, shoot me a comment. I'll try to answer to the best of my ability. And I got a couple more videos coming up with some reviews and stuff, so I'll probably be in the same clothes because I'm doing them right behind this, so don't judge me. But anyhow, you guys have a nice day, and we'll see you on the next one.